Hey, what's going on, guys? Pete with Auto Repair Tips. In today's video, I'm bringing you a quick tip. The customer brought me an 06 Hyundai Santa Fe. His complaint is the AC is not blowing as cold as it was. It's blowing cool, just not ice cold. So in this video, I'm gonna show you what to look for. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna hook up AC gauges. I went ahead and got my machine and hooked it up. Then you wanna start your car. After you get the car started, you want to make sure that the AC switch is on, the recycle button is on, so it pulls air within inside the car. That's going to be your coldest setting. And your AC button is on. And this knob is in this coldest position. When I feel the AC, it's blowing cool, just not ice cold. So I can definitely see what they're complaining about. If you look at your gauges, you can see the high side is bouncing around about 250. That's immediately telling me two things. There's either a restriction in the system or the fans aren't working correctly. If I'm standing here, I can definitely hear a fan working. If you look inside the car, that fan is off. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a fan right inside here. All right, that fan is on. Rule of thumb with most cars, when you turn your AC system on, both fans should cut on. Always remember that. If you have one fan that cuts on and the other one doesn't cut on, you have a problem somewhere. So now what I'm gonna do is check the fans. I'm gonna cut the car off and I'm gonna leave the key on. I'm gonna hook my scanner to it. If you don't have AC gauges or you don't have scanners, I'll put links in the description below where you can get those tools at. Anytime you purchase something through one of those links, a small portion helps the channel and I appreciate that. Let's get back to the video. After I got the scanner hooked up, I went to functional tests right here. I'm gonna go to engine off tests. I'm gonna hit continue. And if you look here, you'll see the cooling fan relay. There's a high speed relay and there's a low speed relay. So I'm gonna check the high speed relay first. When I hit the high speed relay, both fans should come on. I'm gonna hit the on button. I can hear relays clicking. And I can feel that they're working. I can hear one fan working. If you look in here, that fan should be working also. It is not coming on. So the next thing I'm gonna do is test the circuit going to the fan. I'm gonna get a test light and I'm gonna hook it to the positive side of the battery. And the reason why I'm going to the positive side of the battery is I wanna check to make sure that this circuit has a good ground. If you look right here, there is a good ground. Now I'm gonna take the test light from the positive side and I'm gonna hook it to the negative side. And I'm gonna see if we're getting 12 volts. When the relay kicks off and on, we're getting about 8 volts to the fan. Probably because the battery is a little bit dead for me running the tests. So we know we're getting 12 volts to the fan and the fan has a good ground signal. So just to confirm it, I'm gonna go ahead and jump that fan off this battery and let's see if it spins. All right, I've got my test leads hooked up. I've got the black to the ground and the red to the positive. A lot of times when you hook your test leads to a fan and the fan is questionable, sometimes it'll jolt and then it'll cause it to work. So let's see what happens here. I can definitely, the fan is working, but it took a few jolts to get it going, and I can hear the bearings in the fan. So we definitely have a fan problem. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the new fan, get it hooked up, installed, and then we'll check the readings. One thing I wanna point out, this test will work on just about any vehicle with dual fans. So if your car's got dual fans, it'll work for you. All right guys, this is the fan that came in. This is the part number to the fan. This is what it looks like. Removal procedure is held on with two 10mm bolts. And these two nipples right here, one fits right in the slot right there. And the other one fits right there. To get the shroud in, you're gonna have to remove the upper radiator hose. And then you're gonna have to finagle it down a little bit. Just be patient, it'll go in. This one fought me just a little bit, but I eventually got it in place. Then you'll reinstall the two 10mm bolts, one here and one here. We'll plug up the connector and then we'll run a test and see how it does. All right, guys, Let's go ahead and get the car started. Let's make sure the AC is on. Bada bing, bada bing. Let's go check that fan, make sure it cut on. And the fan is running. Let's check out the readings now. If you're looking at the gauges, this one here should be about 30, so it could probably use just a little bit more Freon. This is just a little bit over 200. Before it was at 250, I think, and a little bit higher. That's too high. That's probably gonna be okay because it is 95 degrees outside today. All the fans are working. Let's see how cold it is inside. Sitting at about 35 degrees. All right, guys, after I topped off just a little more Freon, I got it down to about 35 degrees. That is absolutely perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. The fans are working correctly. The gauges on the AC machine look good. This job is done. All right, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.